Dragons are among the most fascinating and revered creatures in human history. Often depicted as noble, majestic, and powerful, they've captured our imaginations for centuries. But what if there's more to these legendary beasts than meets the eye? What if there are dark secrets lurking beneath their seemingly epic facades? Join me today as we uncover the truth behind these myths and explore 5 dark truths about dragons that they never told you. Number 5. Dragon sacrifices. In the annals of ancient history, there exists a chilling tale of dragon sacrifices, a practice so disturbing it has been relegated to the darkest corners of our collective memory. The legend speaks of a time when men believed that dragons could foretell the future, and the more powerful the dragon, the greater the insight it could offer into the mysteries of fate. But this gift came at a terrible cost, for appeasing these prophetic beasts required the ultimate sacrifice: human lives. It was believed that by offering human blood to dragons, their power could be harnessed and their favor secured. Entire villages would come together for these horrifying rituals, their hands joined in a desperate plea for guidance from the creatures of legend. The most prominent example of this gruesome tradition can be found in the ancient Germanic culture, where the dragon was seen as a symbol of chaos and destruction. The only way to appease them, according to their beliefs, was to sacrifice the purest of hearts, the maidens of the community. These young women were chosen not for any special connection to the divine, but simply because their lives were deemed less valuable than those of men. Their fates were sealed with a horrifying ceremony known as the blonding, where they were stripped of their clothing, their hair shaved off, and their bodies painted with woad, a blue-green dye made from the leaves of the woad plant. This ritual was intended to transform the human sacrifice into something more akin to the dragon, a creature of immense power, but also of darkness and mystery. Once prepared, the maidens were led into the presence of the dragon, their fate now entwined with the terrible beast. Number 4. Dragons as omens of disaster. Throughout history, dragons have been seen as harbingers of doom, their appearance an ill omen foretelling nothing but destruction and despair. One particularly haunting example of this belief can be seen in the tales of St. George and the dragon. In this famous legend, a dragon terrorizes a town, demanding tribute in the form of virgins. When the townspeople fail to meet these demands, the dragon unleashes its wrath, bringing death and devastation to all who reside there. The dragon's presence becomes a dark cloud hanging over the town, a constant reminder of the impending doom. And only when St. George comes to slay the beast does the town find reprieve from the shadow of disaster. This notion of dragons as omens of doom is echoed in other cultures as well. In Japan, for instance, dragons are said to bring with them either great fortune or great misfortune. And it is the same in China. There, too, dragons hold a dual nature, capable of both bestowing blessings and unleashing curses. This belief is deeply rooted in the ancient myths and legends of these cultures, passed down through generations and solidified in their rich tapestry of folklore. 3. The greedy hoarders of gold and souls. Dragons are renowned for their insatiable greed, their love of treasure bordering on the pathological. They are portrayed as selfish, hoarding their vast riches in underground lairs, denying any chance of prosperity to the outside world. But this dark truth goes beyond mere materialism. For in many legends, dragons don't just hoard gold, they collect souls. These terrifying creatures make pacts with mortals, offering them power or wealth in exchange for their very essence, their soul. This pact often proves disastrous, for the dragon always claims its prize at the end, dragging the soul of its victim to the underworld. Such tales serve as a warning, a cautionary reminder of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the importance of staying true to one's values, no matter how tempting the dragon's bargains may seem. The image of the dragon as a soul collector is particularly chilling, adding a supernatural element to their already fearsome reputation. It suggests that their greed knows no bounds, that they are willing to exploit every opportunity to amass not just material wealth, but the very essence of life itself. This dark truth serves as a reminder that dragons, in their relentless pursuit of more, will stop at nothing, even the violation of the sanctity of life itself. 2. Dragons that devoured the innocent. Dragons, in their insatiable quest for power, have been depicted as merciless predators, devouring everything in their path without a shred of empathy. A haunting example of this dark truth can be found in the legend of St. George and the Dragon. In this tale, the dragon's appetite for destruction knows no bounds, preying on innocent villagers and casting a shadow of terror over the land. It doesn't discriminate between young and old, male and female, sparing none in its merciless rampage. This portrayal of dragons as indiscriminate killers adds a layer of terror to their already formidable image. It suggests that their strength and ferocity are not just directed towards grand battles or valiant knights, but can be unleashed indiscriminately on anyone or anything, making them truly fearsome creatures. In other legends, dragons are shown to be even more sinister, targeting specific individuals for consumption. In some tales, they devour the king's youngest child, holding the royal family hostage to their insatiable appetites. This adds a disturbing element of control to the dragon's actions. They are not just mindless predators, but cunning, malicious beings capable of using their victims' loved ones against them. This dark truth paints a grim picture of dragons as manipulative, sadistic creatures, willing to prey on the innocents and exploit the bonds of love and family for their own amusement. 1. Dragons as destroyers of worlds. Dragons have been immortalized in our collective consciousness as mighty, awe-inspiring creatures, symbols of raw power and untamed energy. But what if there's a darker side to these magnificent beasts? What if they are not just majestic, but also harbingers of destruction? The legend of the fire-breathing dragon is perhaps the most iconic image we have of these mythical creatures. Depicted as colossal, winged serpents, they breathe fire with such force that they can level entire cities, reducing them to ashes and cinders. These tales of dragon-induced destruction are not merely figments of our imagination. They are rooted in historical events that have left an indelible mark on our collective memory. In the year 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted, burying the Roman city of Pompeii under a thick layer of ash and pumice. The sheer force of the eruption was so devastating that it wiped out entire cities, including Pompeii and Herculaneum. Eyewitnesses described a scene of unimaginable horror, with fire and brimstone raining down from the sky, covering the ground in a thick, suffocating cloud. This catastrophic event was later immortalized in literature, with Pliny the Younger providing a vivid account of the eruption and its aftermath. His words paint a haunting picture of the devastation wrought by the volcano, a true testament to the destructive power of nature. In the years since, similar tales of dragons destroying worlds have echoed across cultures and centuries. From the mythical tales of the Chinese sea dragon that caused floods and famines to the Aztec legends of the feathered serpent god Quetzalcoatl, who was said to have destroyed entire cities with his fiery breath. These stories are not just myths. They are reflections of real-world events that have left an indelible mark on human history. The image of the dragon as a bringer of destruction is a powerful one, serving as a reminder of the forces of nature that have shaped our world and the enduring impact they have had on human civilization. As we look back on these historic tales, we are confronted with the awesome power of dragons, a power that has the ability to both captivate and destroy. They remain, in many ways, a metaphor for the destructive forces of the natural world, forever entwined in our collective memory. And that concludes our exploration of the 5 dark truths about dragons that they never told you. Dragons, with their mythical allure, have captured the human imagination for centuries. But as we've uncovered today, these legendary creatures are shrouded in secrets that challenge our perception of their nature. From their role in ancient sacrifices to their association with disasters, their greed, their destructive tendencies, and their chilling habit of devouring souls, dragons reveal a darker truth. They are not just majestic beasts of legend, but complex, multifaceted beings with a history as rich and varied as the cultures that have created them. The study of dragons takes us on a journey through history, culture, and mythology, allowing us to understand not just these fantastic creatures, but the human psyche itself. Dragons are more than just stories. They are a reflection of our deepest fears, our greatest aspirations, and the complexities of the world we inhabit. So as we close this chapter in our exploration of dragon lore, let us remember that the truth, like dragons, often lies hidden, waiting to be discovered. If you enjoyed today's journey, please don't forget to leave a comment with the legend you'd like to see next. We love hearing what you'd like us to cover, and it helps us bring you the content you're most interested in. Also, your support means everything to us. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join our growing family of history enthusiasts. Together, we can continue to unearth the fascinating stories that have shaped our world and keep the flames of discovery burning bright. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, the truth is out there waiting to be discovered.